Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you guys had a great day. So, my name is Janeen Pottinger, and I will be a Tropicalfete intern for the summer. So, today we are going to be interviewing with a great author. Her name is Kamla Millwood. She has made over 7 books. Some books that she has made are Peach's Princess Party, Peach's Passion for Fashion, Peaches Saves Money, and much more. So, I would like to introduce Kamla Millwood.
Hello, how are you? Welcome. Hello, Janeen. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm happy you're interviewing me today, and I'm very, very pleased to be here. And I want to thank Alton Tropicalfete for having such a wonderful, amazing, and fantastic student who just graduated. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm just so happy to be interviewed by you today. I'm looking forward to all your questions.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, so first, I just want to kind of talk about your book first. So, as I can see from some of the books that I've read, Peach is she is very unique, even though she is a duck, as she is still goes through the life of a child. Yeah. So, can you please tell me, like, how did you write the book? What inspired you to write the book?
Yes, it's a wonderful question. Actually, the inspiration came from my daughter. I was traveling with her. We were going on a family trip, and her dad was sleeping. And she says, "Mommy, I'm bored. Could you please read me a story?" And I said to myself, number one, I had no books with me on the plane. Number two, I wanted to be creative. I didn't want to just tell her something that she heard growing up, school, all the places around. I wanted to give her something original and unique. So I decided to tell her a story that I made up on the plane about a little duck called Peach. And this little duck happened to be her same age. At the time, my daughter was in preschool, and she had to wear a uniform to school. And she has the ability of just having her hair nice and natural and puffs. She has huge eyes, and she has a birthmark on her arm. So I said, you know what? I want to create a character that she can see things in and she can feel relates to her. So I created this little duck called Peach. So it's half girl, half duck. And I wanted her to feel, hey, that duck looks like me. So she definitely inspired me to do that. She's definitely my inspiration. Absolutely.
Okay. Question number 2. When did you realize that you really wanted to become a writer?
Oh, my goodness. That's a wonderful question as well. Actually, when I was younger, I realized that I loved writing. A lot of times, children will express themselves in many different ways. For me, I loved the fact that I would come home from school. If somebody got me mad, somebody made me upset, I would write it down in my book and I would express myself and I would just get all of my frustration out. And there were times I felt really happy and glad and something was wonderful. Maybe a nice birthday present came to me and I would express it in this little book. So it was like sort of like a journal / diary, and I would just write things in. And I kept that with me all the way up until my adult years, the ability and the love for writing. And I think later on, the opportunity presented itself. Where I used to work in corporate America, and a lot of times you work in these industries, they downsize very quickly, they restructure very quickly. I was fortunate enough to be one of those people who was restructured and given a package. And I said, you know what? I do not want to work for people ever again. I'm done. I decided, let me try this thing now officially. And that's when it was decided I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be a publisher, I'm going to be an author. And I decided to do it. And I've been doing it ever since for the past 5 years.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so what is your writing process like?
Oh, my writing process. Oh, I'm telling you right now, I love to write when it's quiet. There are some people I know who are friends of mine who like to write when there's a lot of noise going on. Not me. I prefer it to be wonderful and quiet. My selected time to write would be maybe between the hours of 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning when it's really, really quiet.
Wow.
So I go on a vacation and I'm on a beach and it's just wonderful and serene and quiet and peaceful. I like to just sit there and get inspired by the surroundings and make these thoughts come to me. And then I like writing that way. So another thing I like to do for my process of writing is it's something called writing dump. And that basically means you just write everything down on a paper. You don't worry yet about editing. You don't worry yet about proofreading. You just take all your thoughts in your head, like a brainstorm feature, and you just dump everything on the paper and you just express everything there. Then you go back later on and you look at what you did and you take, all the feelings and emotions out of it. And then you express yourself by, putting the comma where the comma is supposed to go. There's an exclamation mark here. Maybe I shouldn't use this word. Maybe I should use that word. How does this sound to me? Maybe I should have someone, listen to me read this and see how they think it sounds. So it's a process of writing, going back, rewriting, making changes, constant editing, and also having a person listen to what I just wrote and then saying, hey, what do you think of that? And getting their feedback as well. Because with me, once you write something and it's out there and it's published, you want it to be the best possible product to represent yourself because your name is on it. So I have to go through this constant process, rewriting over and over and over again. And sometimes I have to take a break, walk away, come back, and say, you know what? I needed a nice little break to think about what's the best way to put this paragraph. And sometimes a little break, and you come back, you see with fresh eyes. Believe it or not, I had to just maybe rewrite the whole couple of pages I just wrote, because you want to be able to express yourself in that way where your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, all are going to represent you well in your written product. Any other questions? I think we lost Janeen, so everyone bear with us for a couple of minutes. I think we're having some technical difficulties, so we're going to wait for Janeen to come back on. And until we wait for her to come back on, I'm going to take the lead on this. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining everybody today. We are having a wonderful, wonderful event. This happens to be the month of June. And in the month of June, we celebrate two things. Most recently, we just started celebrating Juneteenth. And many of you know that is the emancipation for people of African descent. And in addition to that, we're also celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month. So these two things are happening right now in this wonderful month, and we are enjoying this amazing, amazing time. So I just want to tell everyone, diversity is what makes this country run. And I want to recognize that there are a lot of people in the Caribbean community, the African American community, who have given of their time, their efforts, and they have represented this country very well. And I want to say that I acknowledge the fact that this month is something that is set aside to honor those who are Caribbean Americans and who are African Americans. And I'm very, very proud to be part of that. So thank you so much for joining us today. And we're going to wait to see if Jane makes it back. Doreen, there you are.
Hello.
Welcome back. I was just telling everybody about I took a little break to say, everybody, this is June and this is Caribbean American Heritage Month, and it's also Juneteenth. So, I just decided to say that. Yes. So what's your next question?
All right. Sorry for, what happened just now.
Fine. Don't worry about it. It happens.
So I hear that you're from St. Vincent. Do you have anything that you want to share with us, like your childhood and?
Yes. Oh, yes. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, my lovely homeland, my lovely place, my heart. St. Vincent is where I came from. It is in the Caribbean. It's a very, very small country. And when it's called St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it's basically one mainland called St. Vincent, and there are surrounding little islands around it called the Grenadines. So it's 32 islands of love, and it's beautiful. I do love the country very much. I love the people. I love the food. I love the atmosphere. I love the traditions and the culture, and I just really miss it very, very much. I wanted to make sure that with St. Vincent, I paid homage to my lovely country. So a lot of times you'll see me write certain pieces and I would put something in there that is reminiscent of my beautiful homeland. And that's just to
Mhm.
sort of just keep that culture alive. Even though I'm in America and I'm proud to be an American, proud to be an American citizen, I
Mhm.
also know where I came from, and that is St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the Caribbean. And I just want to just say that this month of June, we're enjoying Juneteenth, we're enjoying Caribbean American Heritage Month.
Mhm.
This is what makes this country amazing. This is
Mhm.
what makes us diverse. Having all of these people with different backgrounds coming to this country and just putting their piece in. And I just want to say, um, I'm just very happy about that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So, from what I hear, a lot of people don't know this, but you have an app based on your book.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Believe it or not, I have a book. I'm going to show you a book today. I have a book here called Peach's Passion for Fashion.
Mhm.
And this book is based about all about fashion. And I said to myself, you know what? I want to publish a video game. So what I did was I actually hired a company. And when I hired that company, we sat down several meetings over and over again because I wanted certain things to be in particular for this video game. I wanted to make sure that my duck, first of all, when you change her clothes, you always see her going from one outfit to the next outfit. There's never a time when my duck is not properly dressed. And I wanted that to be important because I wanted to create a little bit of humility. I wanted to create a little bit of authenticity. I wanted to create modesty in that. And I wanted to put forth that. So there are many meetings I would have with different people with the company I hired to say, I want it done this way and I want it done that way. And in addition to that, I wanted children to be able to afford this game. So it's free. Anyone can play this game. It's called Dress Peach and it's for Apple and it's free. If someone wants to purchase an extra outfit, that's up to them. But I wanted every child to be able to play this game. And I did not want anyone to be not able to play it based on the fact that they couldn't afford it. So the game is there. It's for all ages, and I hope you enjoy it. If you try taking a look at it, Dress Peach, I'm sure you
Mhm.
will as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, since you have an app, do you have any other jobs that you have instead of being an author?
Thank you for telling me that. Your questions are amazing. Yes. I definitely believe that it's important for all of us to have multiple streams of income. And that is something I've always practiced. They used to have a joke, people used to say, oh, people from the Caribbean, they have 10 jobs. Well, guess what? I think that's an honor because we're pretty hardworking. We are hardworking people. And I have other things that I do constantly. You'll see me. I do some modeling. I also, as a publisher, I take the work of other people in its raw form, manuscripts, different sets of theses. I also take sometimes speeches that people have to give to others, and I would go and edit the work for them. I would help other authors get published. In addition, I also make sure that I put myself out there to do some job training for people. I revise people's resumes for them. I recently did a play 2 years ago called You Are Who You Eat at the Cumble Theater, which was written by Joshua Shara and Tarishi Midnight Taylor. I was the lead in that play, and it was at the Cumble Theater. So a little bit of acting, modeling, writing. I just like doing it all because I do believe it's important. Writing is fun, but you have to be able to know that you have to be able to do multiple things in life. If anything were to go sour, you have backup. It's important because you want to be able to sustain yourself up until retirement. And I believe if you have talents and skills, another thing I forgot to mention, I'm also a notary public. So if you have talents and skills, use them all. Don't keep anything dormant and say it's not an important thing and you just keep it there. Use all of your talents. So yes, those are my other things that I'd like to do.
Mhm. Nice, that's great.
Thank you so much.
So, how do you think that your books would relate to what is going on today?
I'm so happy that you said that. Well, my books, we're all in a climate right now where we're seeing a lot of unrest happening. We came out of, well, actually, some of us are still in. We came out of the situation of COVID-19. We were all having to be indoors. Everybody's inside for their own safety. Then you have a lot of people dealing with mass unemployment that's happening. And then you have the situation that just happened where you are seeing a lot of civil unrest happening and people are protesting because of injustices in the world. So I have 8 books, but because of what's happening in this current climate in this world, I decided to put together something to make children understand the importance of what's happening. So when I do my books, when my books are created, it's a process of weeks and weeks. I have my printer people, I have my illustrator, I have everybody coming together to make a perfect product. And I have to proofread everything. I have to look at what they've done. I have to make revisions and edits. So with what was happening right now in this current climate, I felt it was very important to put together something. And I put together something called Peach Has Questions. So Peach, my duck, has questions about what's happening right now in this world, about what's happening with protesters, about what's happening with race, what's racism. Now, to put a book together like that would normally take several weeks, but I put this book together in 4 days because I felt it was important to, yes, definitely important to put this together so people can understand what's happening right now. Right now, we have children seeing the news and they're seeing marches happening and they're seeing all the civil unrest and they don't know what to do. They're confused. And sometimes parents think, I don't have to tell my kids anything. They don't understand what's happening anyway, so I don't have to explain it to them. So what happens when you don't explain things to children? They end up making things up in their head and they end up being further confused. And many parents don't feel comfortable talking about certain subjects. So what I do right now with the climate of what's happening in this world, I decided to put it in my book, have my character do it, have my character explain. So if parents are uncomfortable, the character can do all the talking for them. So I like to keep up with the times with my character, and I like to see what's happening in the world. I like to remember, hey, kids are people too. We need to explain to them what's going on. So that's why it was important to put that together, to relate to the current climate of what we're dealing with right now in this world.
Okay. Oh, can you move over a little bit so that everyone can see you, please?
Sure. Left or right? This way?
To the yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. The organizer.
I didn't hear you. I think you froze for 1
Hello?
second. What was the question? Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What was the question?
How did you learn about the organization Tropicalfete?
Oh, yes, that's a great question. Now, Tropicalfete has a wonderful CEO and founder named Alton. And he approached me a couple of years ago because he was having an event at the Barnes & Noble bookseller store in Brooklyn, New York at 7th Avenue. And it was an author event for Caribbean authors. And I happened to be from St. Vincent. So he approached me with that. He told me he was having an event for Caribbean Heritage Month. Would I like to participate? I says, of course. I'm going to tell you no to that. So that's how I found out about that event and so many other things that wonderful organization does. It's amazing. And I love that it's been going on for years and it's not stopping. There's so many different programs that he has involved. And I know I'm probably taking his role of what he wants to say about his company later, but that's how I first found out about Alton. And after that event I did for him, I did another one after that. And now I'm doing this one because he is so present in the community and everything he does, it's just so prevalent and it is just impactful and it makes a difference. And I love how he brings Caribbean culture to the world. So I don't know why we can't have him for president, to be honest. I just think that he is amazing and he's doing a great job with Tropicalfete, bringing the arts to the community and letting the world know what Caribbean people can do. So I just want to commend him on that and say thank you.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, Tropicalfete is an organization where, kids, adults can express themselves in different ways through the arts. So for example, there is Tropicalfete Steel Pan Ensemble, Tropicalfete Stilt Unit. There's multiple things that you can do. For me, I'm in stilts and I'm in steel pan. So it doesn't matter what size you are, your gender, your age, you can do anything that you want. So that's for those who don't know. Okay.
Awesome,
So,
Janeen.
So, for those who don't know, where can people find your book?
Yes, they can find my book either by going to barnesandnoble.com. They're also in other places. You can find them on Amazon as well. What I also think is easier for them to do is also go to my website, which is peachtheduck.com, and they can
Mhm.
also find my books there. I also do updates as well on that page so they can know what's happening with my character. And those are the places that my books are. Definitely them. Also, I do have my books at some bookstores as well. I do have them at Power on 8th, which is in Brooklyn, New York. It's a bookstore that has my books. And I also have them on site at Barnes& and Noble as well at 7th Avenue.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So, one last question.
Sure.
So, do you have any advice that you want to tell anyone for, like, if they want to be a future author, or for me, like a future teacher? So,
Yes, yes, yes. So your
mhm.
first question with the author, I'll answer that. If anyone wants to be a future author, the first thing I have to tell you is just keep writing. Write all the time. Write to express yourself. Make sure you're in a well-lit area. And if you don't have a pen nearby, everyone has a phone. Everyone.
Mhm.
So just go up into the notes section or open up, I guess, an email to yourself and just start writing and expressing yourself and just keep putting it down on paper later on. And then you can put it in the computer after that. Also, for yourself, wanting to be a teacher, I would say continue just feeling as a child what you loved most about being a student and
Mhm.
see how you can put that same feeling back to kids in the future that you're going to teach. I would also
Mhm.
say understand your students. Sometimes children come to school and sometimes they're dealing with issues at home, and it can make it difficult for them to concentrate on their work. Being a teacher is not just about writing something down, it's about being very present in the children's lives that you're teaching. It's about being in tune with someone who's upset today, someone who's always late, someone whose grades were wonderful and now they're not doing as well. So a teacher is not just a teacher is also a type of a counselor, a second parent. And I would just say continue doing amazing as you've been doing. I know you
Mhm.
graduated, so I just want to say congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Continue studying, and you will never, ever, ever fall or fail because as long as you keep your eye on the prize, you're going to get that prize. And I commend you for being a teacher. Teachers are amazing and they're wonderful beings, and you are a
Mhm.
wonderful human being. So, this is a wonderful advice I wanted to give you.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
so would you like to, do you have any books near you that you can read for us today?
Yes, it's my pleasure.
Hmm.
I think since we were talking about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I think it's just fitting that we talk about this book here called Peach in Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
You see this book here?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Peach in Paradise happens to be a book that I wrote about when Peach went to St. Vincent and the Grenadines with her family. So I'll read that book for you right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that. Let's get into this book. Okay, I'm going to just make sure that you can see it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to make sure that you can see it very well on the computer. Okay, is the view good?
Yeah.
Perfect. It is a few minutes to 5, and Peach and her family just arrived in paradise, an island of sea and sun, a place she expects to have lots of fun. So we're looking right now at Peach's parents, and we're seeing Peach and her pet pug, Hollow. Let's go to the next page. There is soca music playing loud and clear as the steel pans beat for all to hear, with lots of dancing everywhere in colorful costumes far and near. So these are some colorful costumes, very reminiscent of masqueraders. We have the West Indian Parade that we have every year on Easton Parkway, and people would come with their costumes and they would dance to lovely music with all these beautiful colors. Well, right now, Peach is in St. Vincent, and she is seeing the beautiful colors of the masqueraders firsthand. Let's go to the next page. They greet Peach as she leaves the ship for her exciting family trip. What a great and happy scene to be in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Smiling faces are all around, and blue skies, clear waters, and sun. This is where Peach's mom came from, in a little place called Kingstown. So the part that she came from is Kingstown, St. Vincent. That's where Peach's mom was born. Let's see what else is happening here. They all came down to attend an I Love St. Vincent poetry event. Peach has family members who live here, and they want to show Peach everywhere. But first, she must go to hear her mom read a poem about where she came from. A poem she wrote about super quick when they were all on the cruise ship. So Peach and her parents are going to, well, they're in St. Vincent now. They went on a cruise ship, and she came down to talk about an I Love St. Vincent poetry event. So this is Peach's mom, and she's on stage, and she's going to talk about St. Vincent. So let's listen. Her mom got up on the stage. She did not have to look at the page. Her poem was dear to her heart. She knew it from ending to start. St. Vincent is my homeland of pride. It is a place I always think of and smile. There is always so much to do and see. I remember so much from memory. The sunny skies always makes my day. The beaches are beautiful every day. The sand feels so soft on my wet feet as I drink coconut water, my favorite treat. Let's see what's next. Her mom right here, she's thinking about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and these bubbles are memories of her thinking about her lovely, lovely homeland. After her mom said all that she said, Peach was surprised when she turned her head. There were so many wonderful things to eat. Some she saw before, and some she'd never seen. So look at Peach, and look at all these things here. Look at all these fruits. So she is seeing what's called exotic fruits in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Peach wanted to give it a try, since she had not eaten since they arrived. She bit into a mango, then a peach, then a plum, and after that, a golden apple, soursop, and some tamarinds, a plum rose, red nuts, and a banana, then sugarcane, an ackee, a pork fat, and a guava. So these are beautiful fruits that are found in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Oh, St. Vincent, how I miss thee. Now here's Peach and her dad. And her dad is just intervening now because it's getting out of hand here with all this eating of this food. Her dad said, Peach, that's more than enough. We're unhungry for weeks, so no need to get stuffed. But Peach could not resist since everything looked great. So she continued munching away, and more she ate. She then decided to have corn cuckoo, then breadfruit, rice and peas, and callaloo. Peach, you're overdoing it. You really need to stop. Eat any more food and your tummy will pop. Her dad is warning her. She's just overdoing it. The food is delicious and yummy, but she's not stopping. Let's see what happens here. Looks like someone is regretful. Peach wanted more food, but her belly could not take it. She ate so much food that she overdid it. My tummy hurts, Daddy, is what Peach said. I should have quit while I was ahead. Peach, you must listen or you will get sick. Too much of one thing is good for nothing. Let's see what else is happening here. Her mommy then said, I know what she needs. I will have her all fixed up in a breeze. So she gave her some Mobby to sip, which was a delicious Vincentian drink. And before Peach could even blink, her tummy felt better quick. She said, thanks, Mommy. I learned from this. Her mommy said, yes, Peach, always take a little bit at a time because the food will not run away and tomorrow is yet another day. The end. Did you like that?
That was really nice. I liked it.
Gosh, thank you so much. Thank you. It was awesome.
Okay, so now I would like to introduce Mr. Alton to kind of let us off. Mr. Alton?
Hey, Janeen. Thanks. You did a wonderful interview. Definitely enjoyed it.
She was amazing.
Was a wonderful book.
Thank you.
Just listening to the book made me think about the island. Listening to you interview, making me think that you're ready to take over my job. Because any mark of a good leader is recruiting someone to take their place, or at least informing or educating people. So seeing you in that role tonight definitely made me smile. So I say thank you. You did an excellent job, and look forward to you doing more of that and much more different stuff in production. Not just you, but all of the kids involved. So thanks again. Just want to tell everybody that we have we continue with our book series starting on Monday. We have another offer waiting for you. Nadine and also Melissa Noel will be exploring a book about nannies. A lot of us as Caribbean immigrants work as nannies, and a lot of people don't know the hardships and the turmoil behind those things. That's expressed in a wonderful book that we're going to bring to you on Monday at 8 p.m. But before Monday, we're going back to Sunday. Sunday, we plan to do a live branch concert for you guys, playing all types of music from the Damage Band. We're going to be playing some reggae, soca, some zouk, a true Caribbean brunch experience for you guys as a pop-up brunch. Don't know what time, but just stay tuned. It will happen. And we're going to be closing out June Caribbean Heritage Month with a ventriloquist, which also has Caribbean heritage from Trinidad and St. Vincent. Mr. Geltown will be closing out Caribbean Heritage Month for us, along with one of the students that will be interviewing, and he'll be showing us how to do puppetry and how to speak without, opening your mouth. So that will be a fun.
That sounds wonderful. I'm tuning in.
We are quarantined right now, but we are still hard at work. We're going to be producing some music, new music, recordings. That's what we're working on, where we actually want to record music to sell, to put on iTunes, to give you guys the experience of being in the studio and being disciplined, where all you want to hear is music, not your feet stamping. So this quarantine has given us a chance to rethink how we do things. I think we were supposed to launch a puzzle for June. It didn't happen because of the COVID-19. A lot of supplies and shipment were delayed. But hopefully, next 2 weeks, we should have a new Caribbean puzzle that people could buy online. The students could learn, and you, Janine, will be responsible for marketing and pushing it out. So, sorry to drop some more load on you, but coming up, as well as working on an app that you guys are gonna talk about all the cultural experience that we have, at Tropical Fete, from still pan to stills to dance to music to singing to limbo and ballet. We started teaching piano. So if you guys want to sign up, just visit tropicalfete.com. There's a sign up page right there. And just want to say thank you to everyone. And I'm going to leave to Janine to sign us out.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the show. I feel like we had a good day here. Thank you, Kamla, for
My pleasure.
asking the questions and all of that. And I just wanted to say congratulations on your new book. I hope everyone likes it, and I will be, trying to buy my own book of yours. So yeah.
I'm giving you a free book, so don't have to worry about buying it. I'm giving you a free book.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. All right. So I hope you can have a good day, and I hope everyone watching this have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.